Okay, so with our injection technique, very similar to the skin booster, then we're not making all the product to be under the eye, which would be too much. We're going to put 0.2 ml injection approximately 2 centimeters away from the nasal ala. Then when we're looking at the 0.25 under the eye. Now we will sometimes lose a little bit as we are decanting into an FMS. Now you may wish to use just a smaller needle and attachment onto the ILLUMA syringe. However, you may not see the smaller unit. So if you do need to work with smaller units, you can decant into an FMS, which is just taking the back out, putting the needle in, squeezing it in, and then popping it back in. But you can lose a little bit of product this way. So now we're going to look is the injection point. So you can see we've got the orbital ring here, as we class this part as the tear trough, and then some people you will notice will get a depression coming through, which is the jugal groove. So again, when we're injecting here, this will help regeneration of cells and tissue in this area, which will improve the whole texture of this area, not just under the eye. So where we're going to start off is within the orbital rim here. We're going to come up a little bit, not too close into the corner, but it's not going to create any blockages. And we're just going to do a small amount. So sometimes we may see on the instruction leaflet like 6 injections, 5 and 4. But again, that is a guideline. What you're going to look for is what's best suitable for your client and the size of the eye they have. So as we can see here, I want to bring that up a little bit there. 3, 4, 5, about 6 there. So I want that area will spread nicely all around under the tear trough part. So next minute we're going to look at now onto the actual infraorbital, the rim itself. So I'm going to put a point here and here. Just move these. I think I'm going to move these up a little bit there, and then again here and here and here. So depending on how many injections I've got left after that, because if I've lost some in regards to decanting, I can then look at what's going to benefit my client. Now if she's got quite a large gap still between the atala point, I might put a few here, but if not, I may put it over here. You'll see where she's got more creases, fine lines, or the quality of the tissue is not as good. So I'm going to look, and if I've got some extras, I'm going to probably put them about here or here in the area. So you want to be within the orbital rim, you want to be on the orbital rim, and then just out or slightly out of the orbital rim area. Okay, so now we're going to start off with the first injection here. Now generally with it, we want to make sure we're in the dermis layer, because generally when PRN or PDRN goes into the apidose tissue, it's not as effective as being into the dermis, but we want to be generally deep dermis. Right, slight scratch, sorry. Okay, so we're about halfway approximately on that needle, and it's going to be a little bit stingy, my love. We're going to just be putting 0.2, nearly done, 5 more units. And done. I'm just going to come out and just gently, because it will sting a little bit, pressure it down. Because the thing is with skin boosters, PN, anything else, you don't leave them as a living nodule. You want them to disperse and spread over so it's nice and smooth. You're leaving it nice and smooth before you're carrying on. But like I said, with this we don't need to be going too deep. We're just generally, like a papule technique, picking up the skin. So first of all, we're starting within the orbital rim, keeping the skin nice and tight. Slight scratch. You can see how deep I am, and then I'm just going to place 0.02 units into the point. Again, I'm going to be here, slight scratch, 0.02. I usually give a press down. Now if you do see a little bleed or a slight change in coloration, put pressure on for a while, then at least the client will only have like a pinpoint bruise, not a black eye before you carry on. Slight scratch, third one, 0.2. Last one within the infraorbital rim, and down. Now we're going to work on the orbital rim. Slight scratch. And again, 1, 2, 3 on the rim. Okay, one there, one here, select scratch. 0.02. 0.02. Now, like I said, I'm going to put a little extra one there, as where it's just quite dark there, but I'm only just getting a little bit more. So you can see it just in the corner. I'm just going to put a little bit there and just nicely spread that one in. Okay. Next, we're going to just do, there'll be just a few left over on the outside rim. So again, sorry. Two more, this last, and last one. And then again, pushing it down. And then once we do, we'd fully clean the eye. If you wish to use any post-repair cream or any other PDRN serums as a topical application, you can do. The client also may find they want to use any cold compresses later on, which can help if they do swell quite easily, but generally they shouldn't be swelling too much if the right application amount is put in.